I'm at Drives and Controls 2014 talking to Pete Easy of Schneider Electric. Pete, can you tell me what are some of the issues that the water industry is facing at the moment?
Yeah, sure. The water industry is about to enter AMP6, which is the period 2015 to 2020. And a big focus from Ofwat to the water companies is customer engagement, leakage and energy management. From a Schneider perspective, this means helping them to understand what's going on out there in the big wide world.
And how are solutions like Schneider Electric Structureware going to help them meet these new goals?
Sure, Structureware allows our customers to collate all the data that comes in. They have many disparate sources of data. So you imagine a water network has tens of thousands of kilometres of pipes, instrumentation and valves. Bring all that information back in a cohesive fashion, in an integrated fashion, so you can see exactly what's going on and understand how the network is performing, both in terms of flows and pressures which impact on the customer, but also in terms of energy usage and how they're engaging with the customers and how they are impacting on customers if there's a burst or if there's an interruption to supply. Structureware allows them to see from the shop floor, from the operator who wants to understand the detail of the flows, all the way up to the top floor where the CEO just wants to see how am I doing on my Ofwat statistics this month, and that's what Structureware gives you.
You mentioned earlier water in water scarce areas. So, how is it addressing their sort of goals?
Sure. Water scarcity is a big issue for the water companies. 8 out of 12 major water companies in the UK operate in water scarce regions now. With growing populations and climate change, the companies have to deal with a finite resource of water. There's only so much water to go around. Structureware allows them to see what resource is going where. It allows them to actively manage pressures and flows in a way that they've never been able to do before. Our platforms are totally integrated, so whether we're using our Ultivar process drives to operate in real time flows and pressures within the networks, all the way through to our Aquis application, which is giving a high level view of what's going on within the networks. You can also scenario plan, so if there is a major burst or you have an incident and you want to see how many customers are impacted, with Aquis we can show exactly which customers are impacted, for how long, and also what time they will be impacted. Because if you have a major burst, you maybe have 2 or 3 hours to respond before customers actually impact. So Aquis shows them that whole profile of how which customers and where will be impacted and how many. This is important for the water companies because under Ofwat regulations they get penalised. The more customers they impact, the more penalties they carry. So Structureware will help them mitigate major bursts and major incidents.
And presumably it's got an application there in maintenance as well?
It is indeed, yeah. With the integration with our process drive, the Ultivar process drives and our new M580 PLCs that are due out, we will be able to see conditions of assets like never before. At the moment, the traditional SCADA and telemetry platforms, they take information, predetermined information on a regular basis. With our new software, with our new Structureware and our new hardware platforms, we'll be able to have on-demand information. So when there is the burst, when there is an outage, we'll be able to dive into far more detail on demand from these integrated product offerings. It's really fantastic.